What is up? I am in my favorite tank, the 1357 Grand Final Light Tank, and I am in Paris in a 357 matchup. Now this is an old video. Actually I had to dig into the archives to get this video, but I thought there was a lesson to be learned, so I thought I'd make a video about this. Now this isn't a great big damage video or doing anything heroic, but I wanted to share with you my thought process on how this game panned itself out. Now this is a 357. I would have played this differently if I was top tier, but I am the mid tier, tier 7 tank, and in the top 3 tanks are tier 8s. Now if I was a tier 8, I would be a lot more aggressive and make sure that I use my gun, but in a tier 357 mid tier, I could afford to do the early spotting and be a little bit more passive and do my job as a light tank. But general rule of thumb in a 357 matchup, if you are a top tier tank in a 357 matchup, you need to put your gun into use. Whether you are a tank destroyer or a light tank or even an artillery, you need to keep your guns firing, because in a top tier, that's where you are most effective using your gun to make a difference. Now, that's not to say that you can't win games by being defensive, but generally it is the aggressive team that is going to win, and being aggressive in a top tier tank is a lot easier than being aggressive in a low tier tank. Now my team has dispatched of that Cromwell that tried to rush the northern side of the map, and I'm glad they took care of him quickly, because if he were to approach me and proxy spot me, I could have been in trouble. Now the second thing that I'm most concerned about right now as of this moment is this 131, because this 131 is the only thing that can actually spot me out or be a could kill me easily or could cause trouble for me. So what I'm going to do right now is going to shoot this guy, because I believe I have, I can just shoot him twice and he could die. So I was going to take that risk of being spotted just so that I could kill him. Now we're 2 apiece in this team, and this is a close game, but oh, this Panther is up here now. I'm going to ask him to move out of the way and get out, because I don't want him to be cramping my space here. I do not want to be blind fired here in case he was spotted. Okay, we're 2 minutes into the game, and any experienced player will tell you by looking at the minimap, we have given up map control. Basically 3/4 of the map we've lost, because we only have one KV-13 down south that is defending or pushing, but he's the only guy down there, and the rest of our team is on this top corner of the map. Now anyone will tell you that this is going to be a losing game. I should cut my losses, just try to farm as much damage as I can and get as much XP and damage out of this game as much as I possibly could. But you can never give up, always try to find a way, and right now that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm thinking what I can do. Now, as I told you earlier, being defensive isn't a bad thing. There is still chances of winning even though you are defensive, but more often than not you have to accept that you're gonna lose, because being defensive isn't how you win games. Being aggressive is. Now if you're in a position like I am right now, where the team is very passive and basically camping at base, now you've got to find a way to break out. Now you either break out on the north side, or you break out on the south side, or you break out in the center, on the east. You have to find a way to break out. There is no way you can stay still in one position and expect any kind of victory. For some reason that KV-13 is still alive, but the T-34-85M that rushed over there to try to help him got canned easily, and that KV-13 should be dead soon as well. Now I'm sitting here observing my minimap as much as possible, because I need to pay attention to what's going on around. Now you see the IS-3 and the Panther 2 has pushed up to kind of support that KV-13, and we have lost another tank down the middle. I see a little bit of movement down in my team, pushing out of the base and trying to support each other. So I've got to think about doing something to help my team as well. And the best thing I can do is probably try to find a way to flank the enemy somehow or another. Now one of the best things about the 1357 GF is its mobility and its burst power. Now mobility, it's got 61 top speed and 23 reverse speed. It is quite nimble, and it has the fantastic 8 clip magazine that does 720 damage in like 7 seconds with like 1 second reload time. It's crazy. So I need to think of a way to try and support my team, and right now the best way I can think of is finding a way to flank around somehow onto the side or on the back on the southern side, so which is why I'm making my way down the south right now. If you see your team attempting a breakout, trying to push a flank and actually trying to win the game, it is incumbent upon you. You have to try to find a way to help the team. Now this was confirmed a losing game, but now it seems like we have a slither of hope, a small opportunity, a small chance that we could pull this back and win this. The Panther has gone around the long way along with the WZ tank destroyer. The IS-3 has pulled back to this corner, and I spot this tank destroyer right in the middle, and I managed to get a couple of shots out of him before I continue on my journey. I've got to go and try and get up there as close as possible to the action, trying to support my Panther 2 and the WZ. Now, even though I can't get really up close because there's a lot of big tanks out there. There's a T-34-2, there is a KB-2. Now those guns, I really can't take damage from them. If they shoot me, I'm gonna be hurt very badly. So I need to make sure that I can help my team while preserving my HP. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to be as cautious as possible while trying to do some spotting. I'm going to do some spotting, but I need to do it carefully, methodically and cautiously because I am a light tank. Those guns can really hurt me, so I need to be careful about what I'm doing. I can't just YOLO out there or try to overextend myself. Whatever I do, I've got to do it carefully because my HP is the utmost importance here, especially when I'm required to try to make the difference in this team. Now kudos to the tank destroyer and the Panther 2 for pushing out down south this way. If they hadn't come this far, I wouldn't have come this far to support them as well. So it takes teamwork to win. Now remember, this isn't a solo game, so pay attention to the map. If you watch your team trying to use their HP, trying to use their skills, trying to move forward, trying to help the team win, you've got to do your part to, if you have the mobility to get to their location and help them, do it. Now I'm gonna take a risk here and shoot them before they shoot me. And now I managed to get a couple of shots out of them. The Panther joins in and shoots them as well. I decide to reload a full clip while artillery tries to take a dump on me. It does stun me a little bit, but it doesn't do any damage on me. I'm going to be fully clipped, and I'm going to try and steal some shots on these guys down the middle lane. Now I've also got to be careful if there's anything coming down on this bridge here, so I got to keep an eye on that while I try to shoot this KB2. Now something shot me right from there. So I'm going to take a little bit of damage, but I'm going to try and do as much damage on him as much as possible. I've got 2 more shells, see if I can make use of it before I reload. Looks like I can't. I'm taking another hit. I'm going to run away and fall back and reload and let the Panther do some damage if he can. What was good about this situation was that this Panther was supporting me while I was supporting him. So he saw me being aggressive, so he came up and tried to help me out as well. Now, if that Panther wasn't there with me, it was possible that that T-25 could have pushed me, could have finished me off, I don't know. But with that Panther there, that was a deterrent for that T-25, and I felt a bit more safer, more secure, and I could safely reload my gun. Now I came to this position to try to get some shots on that ISU, thinking that he was there, and I looked at it and saw that he was kind of like in a safe position, so I decided to come back and see if I can deal with that T-25 and shoot those guys on that lane. And it looks like that Panther has taken up my position there to try and shoot that ISU if he ever poked out again. Now I'm going to come back to this position, and I saw that T25 has overextended. I could possibly finish him off here, and I can with this amazing machine gun that I have for a gun. Alright, so now that I've dealt with him, I can finally get a full clip and see if I can get on the bridge and just show a little bit of my turret and try to finish off that KV-2. So I go to the far edge on the left side of the bridge so that I'm showing very little of my tank, and I can try and snipe them. Now I get a little bit too excited here. I should have fully aimed before I shot that guy. Instead I wasted 2 of my shells shooting nothing. So I decide to reclip and see if I can look for RT, and there I've spotted him. I don't think he spotted me, but I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna keep the bush between myself and the artillery. I saw him going to the left side, so now I'm gonna try and cut him off from the far end here and try and approach him without him seeing me. So I'm fully clipped, but he could severely damage me, so I need to be really careful. I don't think he spotted me. Yeah, he did spot me actually, but I managed to clip him out before he could fire any shot away. So now I'm going to reclip again, and now we have the advantage. From a certain loss, we've managed to turn this around, giving ourselves an opportunity, and it was through the work of the guys that actually pushed out on the flank. The IS-3, unfortunately, he died. The Panther and the WZ really helped out the team here by not staying in the base and just waiting to die, but they decided that they wanted to do something and wanted to give our team the best opportunity to win this game. So it is really good that when you're able to recognize that somebody on the team is trying to do something, and you can also try and contribute something and try to help us win this game. Oop, there is the STRV S1. I don't want to take a hit because it's not going to be worth it for me, because he can really do damage on me. But I think he's going to be running away now, so I'm going to close the distance on him while I reload and see if I can get a final kill. I've got five kills. I want to make sure that I can get the top gun, so I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to take a gamble, maybe take a hit from him. That would be okay if I could survive it and kill him in the process. I try to shoot this guy, but someone else finishes him off. And here comes the artillery. I might die here, but who knows, I'll try my luck. I think he shoots me, but my tracks absorb it. I'm going to reload and try to close down the distance on him, see if I can bamboozle him. I'll try to drive around him, and hopefully he doesn't have the aim on me and he misses me completely. I'm going to try and get his side or his back and try to get the top gun, and I do exactly that. Once again, this game isn't like a huge game, not a big deal, but this is teamwork, map awareness, my thought process that I wanted to share with you, how we turned around a certain losing game into a winning game. I did manage to do 2,367 damage, 6 kills, 1,385 base XP. I did fire a lot of premium shells, I guess, but that you got to do whatever you got to do to win, and that is exactly what I did. And thanks to the Panther 2 and the IS-3 and the WZ-131 GFT, now those guys made me help them, and they helped me. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this video helped you out a little bit. I'll see you soon. Bye.